Fantastic. All right. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a Monday afternoon. I am excited to introduce Eden, who both me and her are actually based in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So it's exciting when you find folks within your same city. But I'm excited to introduce her. She's with Brooksource, and I'll let her explain who they are and what they do. And then she's going to be talking about Project Patriot. If you are not located in Michigan, that's okay. I think Brooksource and Eden will cover this, but Brooksource has lots of resources in other states as well. So I'll have her touch on that as well. But Eden, go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, super excited to chat with you all today. And thank you so much for joining for our information session regarding Brooksource and then going through specifically our Project Patriot program. What we'll be going through today, giving you a high-level overview of Brooksource, which is our company, really what we do. Then we'll go through the details of Project Patriot, what that looks like, what requirements that we look for in our candidates for the program, and then chatting through some upcoming opportunities if you're looking for full-time employment. So if you haven't heard of Brooksource, who are we and what do we do? Brooksource is a national IT and engineering recruiting firm. So we're kind of like the middlemen. We work with other companies to help recruit and hire for their open talent needs. IT and engineering is obviously a very wide space, so there's lots of positions that we can hire underneath that. And we'll be going through a little bit regarding like our technical competencies later in the slides. We were founded in 2000 in Indianapolis, so coming up on our 25-year anniversary here next year. We actually were founded originally as Technical Youth was our company name. So the reason why our founders created Technical Youth, or what is now Brooksource now, is because they saw that technology was changing rapidly and there was always new things coming out. And they saw the gap in skill sets and people learning the new technology to be able to come in and work at those companies with the new tech. So we were founded on bringing up young people who wanted to learn tech, training them and hiring them within clients. So that's kind of where we got started. And then obviously we've expanded into new horizons and do other things, but we still have that foundation of bringing in emerging talent. But now we're called Brooksource and have a couple other companies underneath us as well. We are national, so we have 30 locations across the US. I am based in Grand Rapids, so I do primarily help to support West Michigan-based opportunities, so Grand Rapids and Lansing. But if you are not looking for opportunities local to that area, that is totally okay. You can see all of our locations listed on our Brooksource website. And then you could put in a contact us, or if you want to hear more information, you can access that through Brooksource and then also put what location you're interested in. That should get your information over to the right person based on location. If you're having troubles with that, though, my contact information is at the end. So feel free to reach out to me and I can still have a conversation and connect you to the right person. My role specifically is I'm a program coordinator. So I help to run all of our workforce programs, Project Patriot being one of them, which I'm super excited to chat through. But before we go into Project Patriot, I do want to give you a high-level overview of what career opportunities look like working with a recruiting firm. So if you aren't familiar with recruiting firms, there's different types of recruiting firms and agencies that are out there. We specifically help to hire for mainly 3 different type of roles. So contract to hire, and then also direct placement opportunities. I would say probably 95% of our opportunities are going to fall into contract or contract to hire positions. Contract meaning if you get an opportunity through us, you'd start off as a W-2 hourly contractor for a set duration. So working for 12 months as a software developer. Contract to hire is a little bit more of our Project Patriot program, where you do start off as a contractor for a set duration, but then have the opportunity to turn to a salaried permanent employee within that company. And that's where our Project Patriot program is built out of for the contract to hire space. We also do some direct placement positions. So that's where we would help you directly find an opportunity within a company and you'd start immediately as a salaried employee. But that's probably 5-10% of our opportunities that we work on. Today, we're going to be focusing a little bit more in the contract to hire space with Project Patriot. If you read through maybe some of the emails that were sent out, you're probably familiar with this overview, but this gives a really high level overview of our program. So Project Patriot is Brooksource's initiative that's aimed at supporting veterans and transitioning service members in their careers, mainly getting them into technology-based positions, some engineering as well, but I would say most of our positions are falling into the tech space currently. The program focuses on providing technical training, mentorship, transition assistance, professional development assistance, to really help leverage your skills that you use in the military and the skills that you might be learning right now through your education, to help find you a career opportunity within technology. What do we primarily look for in a candidate who wants to utilize our Project Patriot program? There are three main things that I typically look for when I'm chatting with candidates. One is attitude and aptitude. Our Project Patriot program is a little bit more of an upskilling program. So again, we provide that technology training and development. We look for people who have the attitude and aptitude to want to learn. So natural curiosity is huge. The growth mindset is huge for us. Your ability to learn and grow. So if you can come to a conversation with me with the best attitude and aptitude to be able to want to learn and grow, that's absolutely what would start off as a good conversation to consider you for this. That kind of flows into strong communication skills. So once we have a further conversation, are you communicating your projects well? Do you have the communication skills to be able to relay how your tech experience, maybe in the military, your school experience relates to a position? That is an area that we can work on. If you don't feel the strongest in your communication skills right now, that's okay. It's something that we can practice. But basic communication skills are going to be really important. And then baseline interest or background in IT. So if you had a military position that was semi-focused in technology, or if you're currently going to school for a bachelor's or associate's in IT, that's going to be the foundation. And then we are looking for people who are ready to work full time. So starting 40-hour positions or 40-hour work week positions. This program is not part-time or internship opportunities. These are going to be full-time employment. So you also have to be ready for that. If you aren't ready for full-time, we absolutely can connect with you early on to help grow some of those attitude and aptitude and strong communication skills to hopefully get you there for once when you're ready for full-time employment. Okay, breaking down the program itself. So there are two main parts of our Project Patriot program. The first two that are highlighted in blue are all pre-employment. So before you would get an opportunity through us, there are two main things that we can help you with, which is career transition support. So offering resources to help veterans navigate the transition from military to civilian. Or maybe you've been in the workforce for a little bit and are really just looking to get into tech. We can absolutely help you with your resume. So working on transitioning and making your resume more tech focused, doing upgrades to your resume, focusing on making it tailored as possible to positions. And then also interview prep, practice, mock interviews to get you ready for a career opportunity. Through us, great. If not, we still want to help you make that transition, even if it's not through Brooksource. And then obviously our goal would be able to help place you within one of our clients through our program. So job placement assistance to hopefully get you to a full-time opportunity through us. The next three are post-employment. So once when we find you a position through our program, you're placed at a client, what is going to be provided as you're continuing to work at one of our organizations. Technical training, professional development, mentorship, and then also community engagement are the three big things that you'll be going through while you're working through us. Want to walk through what the tech training, the professional development, and the community engagement looks like. The technical training is all going to be customized based on what your skills already are and the tech environment of that specific company and what you need to learn and grow in to be able to be successful within that role. So for example, let's say you're looking to be an entry-level cybersecurity analyst. You would come in hopefully with some baseline education of security, but maybe we need to get you your first Security Plus certification. We would provide pre-training for your Security Plus certification, help you reimburse your certification while you're going through the program, and then obviously work with you on any other technologies as well. You do receive between 80 to 100 hours of technology training for your first year through the program. And that's all going to be online and self-paced through our learning management systems. But apart from technical training and helping you upskill there, we also want to make sure you're getting some support through either your transition assistance or growing professionally within more of a corporate environment. So you'll be going through what's called our transition or our professional accelerator. That is built on Brooksource's core values. So we have 6 of them, and then there's 6 tasks in each of those core values, so 36 in total, that basically give you a guideline to grow yourself. So for example, it can be as easy as create 3 goals to as difficult as introduce yourself to a VP at the company. So it definitely is geared towards be a long-term development program. It's supposed to last a full year, but it's going to push you and grow you to be able to feel more confident, to get some opportunities to grow yourself within that organization. This is self-managed, but we help you. We obviously give you resources, give you ideas to be able to complete some of these tasks. And then what I think is sometimes the coolest part is more of our community engagement or our cultural enrichment piece. So through our program, typically either on a monthly or quarterly basis, we meet together and go through lunch and learns. So we can either learn about a specific technology environment or technology tool. We can learn about a specific professional development topic like LinkedIn or resume updating to really help engage and continue to grow you in a one-on-one sense. We also have our military and ally community group, and we have a newsletter that goes out through Brooksource where you can identify areas of improvement. There's opportunities to network with mentors, to find maybe other military veterans who have gone through this program on a national scale. And then locally, we try to do networking events. So if you find an opportunity in our market in Grand Rapids or Lansing, usually they're a little bit more in person. So for example, in Lansing, we go to the Lansing Lugnuts, which is our minor league baseball team. And we rent out the back and just have opportunities for you to network with other clients in the area, with other industry professionals, again, to grow yourself in that specific community, which I think is really cool. All right, these are some of our training competencies and what positions we typically see through our IT roles within Project Patriot and really just within our IT positions in general. So our technology areas are mainly within analytics and intelligence. So that's going to be your data analysts, data engineers, data scientists, database administrators, anything revolving around data. Software development and testing. So software developers, software engineers, quality assurance testers, quality assurance analysts, anything that has to do with software development. Project management, which typically is huge for those who are coming out of the military who have really good leadership experience. We see a lot of project managers come up. So anything regarding project management in the technical space or business analysts as well, Scrum Masters, if you're familiar, would fall into that space. Cloud journey. So some of our clients are going through cloud migrations. So any skill sets within cloud are huge. So Google Cloud, Azure, AWS are really big skill sets. Infrastructure-based roles, and then also security-based roles as well. And then we have some technology alliances with some pretty big names, which basically just means we are approved partners and preferred partners to train within these technologies. So Microsoft, Salesforce, AWS, Tableau, GCP, Snowflake are a few. Wrapping up here, want to flow through a current opportunity if you are looking for full-time employment now and are interested in our Project Patriot program. One of the biggest clients that I help support here in Michigan is working with the local state government. So working within the state of Michigan. Primarily, we help to support the DTMB, which is the Department of Technology Management and Budget. The state of Michigan has been an awesome partner of ours over the past couple of years and really have been a very big advocates for veteran hiring and for our Project Patriot program. Last spring, we hired 10 veterans through our Project Patriot program in various skill sets, which are listed below. So cybersecurity, developers, database administrators, network engineers, and analysts. We are doing another Project Patriot program here in December. Roles are getting approved next week, but more likely than not, they're going to be similar positions, including project managers and business analysts. If you're not sure exactly what you want to do yet or just want to hear more, absolutely would love to have a conversation with you if this is something that you're interested in for this program specifically. Here is my contact information. So if you are interested in hearing more about Brooksource, Project Patriot, that specific opportunity, please email me. You can send me over your resume and then just put the subject in the email as Western Governors University, put in your ideal role and ideal location preference, and would love to set up a one-on-one conversation with you to continue the conversation there. That is all I have today walking through our Project Patriot program. I know it's a lot of detail and I know it's a little bit more unique than maybe what you traditionally might see out there. So I did want to leave some time for questions. It can be about Brooksource, Project Patriot in general, but if you have general questions regarding the job search, if you're curious on a recruiter mindset, like please let me know or ask questions. Would love to use that time for that as well.
Perfect. Thank you, Eden. Feel free to come off mute if you would like to ask questions, or feel free to put them in the chat as well. I'm looking at the chat, so.
So you'd mentioned at one point there was one of the areas you focused on was analytics and intelligence. What kind of does that focus on specifically business analytics, or does it cover a broader spectrum of the analytics side of things?
Very broad. So we have our technical training. So our learning management systems that we use has over 5,000 modules. So definitely a widespread of training that we could provide in the analytics space. But we also are hiring for what our clients are hiring for. So we see a lot of business analysts, data scientists, data engineers, but there could be nuanced positions that fall underneath that as well. It's kind of a two-pronged approach where we would love to learn about your skill, your background, ideal positions, and then also figure out what our clients are hiring for to help bridge that gap for you. Does that make sense, or does that answer your question?
Absolutely.
Any other questions?
While folks are thinking of one, I have sort of a question, if you don't mind, Eden. How long does it take, for example, when you're working with someone, you're talking to them, you're going over how long does it take for them to sometimes end up in a position, whether it's the contract or contract to hire, just out of curiosity?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm going to stop sharing my screen so I can pull up everybody as well. I hate to say it depends, but it would depend based on a couple factors. So one is the ideal role that you're looking for and your location, because we work with different clients in different locations that are varying in their hiring needs. So if your skill is matching what our clients are hiring for, it will be a quicker process. There's not an exact timeline, but there's kind of a two-pronged approach where it depends on what you're looking for and what our clients are hiring for. We have more mature markets that have been around for 20 years and have very good relationships and very active relationships. And we have some newer areas that are new relationships. And so that is dependent also on what timing could look like. But once when you have a conversation for a specific role, we move very quickly, where it could take up less than probably 2 weeks to go through a whole interview process and have an offer at the end.
Thank you. Other questions?
If anyone threw one in the chat, I'm going to throw in my email in there as well. If there are no other questions, I really appreciate everybody's time. If you think of questions after, feel free to shoot me over an email and let me know. Again, happy to have a conversation and continue if you're interested.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Eden. I'm going to go ahead and stop the